Hi, I'm Annie Lichny, and I want to thank you so much for joining in for some meditation practice today. Meditation can absolutely help us, support us when we are unwell. When we are sick with some kind of upset in the stomach or chest or head, with a cold or whatever is happening, our meditation practice can support our immune system. And it's really important to use very gentle practices, and we can restore ourselves by doing so. I got a head cold this week and really relied on my practices to help my nervous system to keep calm and soothed so that my immune system can work to its full capacity when our nervous system is calmed. What tends to happen, and what I noticed for myself this week, is when I got sick, as it is germ season, being indoors more often with more people, that I started to notice that my body was feeling sluggish, but my overthinking mind was still churning away almost on warp speed with trying to solving problems, creating more problems than existed. It was not comfortable with the fact that the body was in this distressed space of unwell, whether it's a tummy or a chest or a cold kind of an issue. The overthinking problem solving gets worse. So I could notice that my mind was overthinking while my body needed rest. And so I can take this time, and we're going to do this today together, when we're not feeling well, or when we've come down with some temporary cold or some illness. We can take care of ourselves by using breathing techniques, meditation practices, to bring ourselves into a calmer state, mind and body. And this will help us to restore and recover and get back to good health. So the first thing that we'll do together is finding a comfortable seat. And we're going to start to explore what our body needs by asking ourselves. So I spent a lot of time this week, what does my body need? Asking, so that I could really listen to what my body needed, not just what my mind was churning about in this discomfort of not feeling well. And one of the things that we're going to do right off together here is just stretch. And we're going to stretch our arms up over our heads, and my body actually really enjoys this stretch. It feels really good. And we do this, you do this any way that feels right for you, just by stretching out the torso. We do this to help open the capacity of the lungs. The lungs can help us to restore when we're unwell. And then bring our hands back down. And if you need to modify this type of a stretch, you do what your body is telling you it needs by stretching out the lungs, stretching our arms up over our head, breathing in and out of the nose as much as we can when we're doing this. Really bringing our focus and our attention to the lungs, feeling the back body, the front body, along the rib cage. This really helps to expand the lungs' capacity and help bring oxygen into the system, and then oxygen throughout the blood more easily just by stretching out. We can also do that by just kind of feeling along the lungs and stretching up, or you can take one more stretch with your arms over your head, whichever works for you. Just feeling along the lungs, really opening up the capacity, feeling that the rib cage and the front and the back are open and available for breath to come in and out through the nose here as we get started. And one other kind of a stretch that can feel really good to the body when we're not feeling well, this gentle kind of stretch, is by going side to side. So you can take your arms and just place them very gently and slowly to the opposite leg and just stretch, feeling along the lungs, the rib cage, stretching, slowly, gently. This is very, very gentle, but just really giving a nice expansion to the lungs, and then we'll take the other way. Or you can keep stretching in the other ways that we just did if this doesn't feel right for you. And stretching to the other side. And then come back to the middle. So when we are unwell, there are things that we can do. Mindful practices, breathing practices, body practices to support our restoring and recovering into good health. So we're going to take a few breaths together to again just kind of bring us into the here and now, and we're going to inhale through the nose and exhale out of the mouth for these next few breaths together. And the exhale is going to be like you're just releasing any bits of stress or tension that are in your body, and you're just releasing them out of the mouth. You're just letting it out, letting go of anything that's inside of us that we can imagine just needs to get out of us. So we'll inhale slowly, steadily, very intentionally, filling up the lungs on the inhale, opening the mouth, just release, let go, let go, let go. Pressing all of the air out of the lungs, out of the mouth, just releasing. So we'll do another one of those. Inhale through the nose, filling up, feeling the body moving as we fill up. And then let go, let go, let go. Just release, release, release. Feeling this release in the lungs, in the torso, and out of the mouth on the exhale. We'll do one more together. Inhaling. And then releasing and letting go. Inviting for yourself a letting go. And then just connect to the body here. Feeling in the body. And we'll close our eyesight down if you've had your eyes open until now, and I'll join you. And we're going to explore through the body with intention and find out if there's anything we can do in small, very caring ways to take care of ourselves when we are unwell. So we could explore through the feet and the ankles and the shins and the calves up to the knees. We could imagine that we're breathing in, and on this in-breath through our lower legs and feet, we're exploring and feeling, how are my legs doing? Is there anything my legs and my feet and my ankles need up to my knees right now? And maybe your feet feel cold or your legs feel cold. And maybe getting an extra blanket or an extra pair of socks as you explore and you feel, gosh, my feet really feel cold. Maybe when I'm done my practice, I could offer a warmer pair of cozy socks. Or when I'm resting, make sure I have plenty of warm blankets along my feet and legs. Maybe my knees feel achy. We could offer a self-massage of our knees when we're done with our meditation practice to support any achiness we feel in our knees when we're not feeling ourselves. We could breathe into the thighs, into the sit bones, into the hips, breathing in and investigating and asking the question, how do my upper legs feel? How do my hips feel? Maybe they feel tired. Maybe they don't feel like their normal strong selves when they're unwell. Maybe they feel they need rest. What would feel good to the hips and the thighs and the sit bones? Perhaps a very gentle stretching, releasing of any stress and tension. Our hips hold a lot of our tension and stress. Perhaps maybe a good stretch, a gentle, caring stretch in the hips at some point later today might feel good. And we could explore along our backside from our lower back all the way up to the tops of our shoulder blades, exploring along the spine, from the lower back, feeling along the spine, along the back rib cage, up behind the heart center, the chest area, up to the shoulder blades, maybe feeling throughout our backside. Again, asking the question, how does the backside of my body feel? Is there anything I can do to support this part of my body? Breathing in, really feeling along the spine, shoulder blades, maybe noticing any discomfort, any fatigue, any feelings of just not being well. And then releasing on the exhale, just letting go on the exhale. Perhaps maybe putting another sweater on or another layer if our back feels cold in any way. And we could explore along the front part of the body with our focus, bringing all of our focus into our body and not allowing the thinking mind to pull us too far away into problems. Just staying in the body. When we're not feeling ourselves, we can explore different parts of the body and start to recognize ways to support in the lower belly here, breathing in. Perhaps when our tummy is upset, we might feel some cramping or discomfort. Is there something that we could do? Get rest, lay down, drink some ginger tea with honey, perhaps to settle any stomach issues. Slow, intentional, deep breaths in to the lower belly. Really feeling the sensations in the belly, noticing how does the belly feel? What can I do to support my lower belly, my digestive system? And then an exhale, release. Coming up through the torso into the chest area, the rib cage. As you fill up your lungs on the inhale, in the front and the back, especially in the front, all the way up to the clavicle bone. How does the lung capacity feel as we gently fill up and then gently release? Again, this is all in and out of the nose if this is possible for you now. Release, release, just let go. Is there anything that we can do to support our full and deep breathing when we're just not feeling ourselves? Can we take these slower breaths, intentional breaths, at different times of the day to keep ourselves calm, but a slow, deep breathing to keep ourselves calm? for a minute here or there, maybe right before bedtime or at different times. And then releasing and exhaling this breath, emptying out the lungs, emptying out on this exhale. Honoring this breathing, and sometimes when it struggles to breathe because of an illness of some kind, just checking in, finding out, is there something we can do? Maybe taking a very short, comforting stroll outside, getting some fresh air into the lungs, slow, deep breaths of fresh air. Maybe that would feel good. We could start to explore these different options and find out what the body could benefit from, what would feel good to the body, not the thinking mind. We're looking for solutions instead of the problems that the thinking mind is usually creating. We could come through the shoulders and arms and hands and take a breath in and really feel maybe this sense of fatigue. If we're not feeling well, not feeling ourselves. Feeling it through the shoulders and the arms and the hands. And then releasing and letting go. And maybe again we feel our arms or our shoulders feel cold. We could wrap them in a blanket to offer more warmth. And something that simple can really help soothe the body. And that can help calm the nervous system so we can restore to health. Feeling through the throat, into the throat, noticing sensations in the throat, noticing any raw sensations if we are not feeling well, if we have something similar to what I've experienced that I've mentioned, a very raw sensation in my throat from coughing. What can I do to honor my throat and the discomfort that's there? Let's find some solutions. What would feel good to the throat? Maybe a very cool glass of ice water, or a warm cup of honey tea. What would feel good to the throat? Or just rest. Lots of rest. And the thinking mind might try to encourage us to stay busy with our planning and to-do list, but perhaps the body, a specific part of the body, is calling for rest. We can start to listen and pay attention to what the body needs. A slower pace, more rest to recover. We can come up into the head, up into the forehead, noticing a sense of tightness or density if we are feeling unwell with a headache, that kind of feeling of unwell, or around the eyes, or sinus pressure if we're feeling unwell in the sinuses. Acknowledging exactly what we're feeling and where we're feeling it. And asking the question, what does this part of my body need right now? Maybe in the ears. Really feel the sensations, feel the tightness, feel the discomfort. And breathe in. If we can just come in a little bit closer to any discomfort in any parts of the body that we've been exploring, just feeling it, coming in a little bit closer to really understand the sensations the felt sense, not just what we're thinking about it, but how we're feeling it. When we bring our own focus to the discomfort, it really helps us to understand it in order to heal it. Breathing in, feeling through the head, through the sinuses, the ears, the throat, through the torso, wherever it is we're feeling. Just recognize, honor what's here, ask what can we do to support your healing, your recovery. Feeling it and then offering a releasing exhale, hopefully again out of the nose if this is possible for you. Breathing in and out of the nose is also encouraged because when we breathe in and out of the nose, it acts as an anti-inflammatory all on its own. Nasal breathing. It's very restorative to the body. It reduces inflammation when we use this very slow, careful, intentional, caring inhale and exhale through the nose. Recognizing where we feel achy, uncomfortable, honoring this within ourselves, and finding small ways that we can support this discomfort, both when we're practicing here in meditation together with breathing and focusing, in addition to what can we do when we're off of our seat and back into our daily life. Can we rest? Can we drink hot fluids? Can we add more warmth around our bodies? What can we do to support ourselves, maybe with self-massage around our neck or our joints? When we offer care and kindness to ourselves, it is a way to calm our nervous system down. When we slow everything down, including bringing our thinking mind into our own body to feel what's here, this is the way to recover. I wish you the best of health, recovery, and wellness today. And I thank you so much for the privilege of working with you and sharing time together.